It's a super gloomy day here in Wandsworth, but that's okay, because today, for the first time in like 2 or 3 months, I get to go home to see my family, so I'm pretty excited. Finally, home. Let me just double check this camera. Because one of the biggest issues that I make with these videos is that I can record, but then I sometimes realise that I'm out of focus. So then I can't use the video and I'm a bit like, oh, that's a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, I'm home and this is really my happy place because I get to spend quality time with my mum, my dad. Hey. Hi. And my dogs, and that is the thing that I miss most about living away from home, is having that family. Especially lately, there's a reason why I miss home so much, and that's because my mum isn't too well, because around, I think it was 4 months ago now, my dad was driving her to work, which was quite a rare thing. My dad doesn't normally do that. And they were going about 30 miles an hour down the high street just by my house. The person on the other side of the road fell asleep at the wheel. And when he fell asleep, he put his right hand down and swerved into oncoming traffic. And the first person that he collided with was my parents. So my parents had a head-on car collision around 30 miles an hour. My dad was fine, like, you know, he just had he had some bumps and some bruises, but apart from that, he was okay. But my mum, a little bit of a different story. She broke her sternum, she broke 2 of her ribs, and she punctured her duodenum, which is her bowel, which she had major surgery on. It's obviously now it's 3 or 4 months since the crash, and her physical injuries are starting to get better, they're starting to heal, but she's struggling a little bit with, and she's getting much better, but she was diagnosed with functional depression, which is a depression where she's able to continue with her daily life, but there's times of deep sadness, and there's times of anxiety, and there's times of worry, I suppose. So she's been diagnosed with functional depression, but the main thing is post-traumatic stress. She hasn't been in a car since. I don't think she wants to. And she's having counselling and therapy on both of those things, but the thing they're mainly prioritising is the post-traumatic stress. And yeah, obviously she's struggling with the mental illnesses, and that's going to take a while for her to get fully over. But the thing that she's struggling the most is her loss of identity. Because my mum is an amazing woman. She's been a nurse since she was in her early 20s. And then all of a sudden, after this car crash, she is the one who is dependent upon care. So the roles have completely shifted for her. And she isn't used to that, and that's taking her a long time to adapt to, because her whole identity was not pinned on being a mother or a great friend or daughter or a family member or any of those things. Her identity was caring for people and for being a nurse. So when you strip that away, that's a big chunk of her self-worth. And I think that's one of the main reasons for her functional depression. But then also, the thing that she's struggling with is trying to understand, and I think this is an issue that most people go with, is trying to understand that what she's going through is not controllable. And it's not just her being weak, it's not just her being lazy. because there's people always asking my mum, oh, so when you starting work, like, are you okay? Like, you should probably be good enough in 6 weeks time. But when 6 weeks comes and she's still not okay, she's thinking, oh, is it me being lazy? Is it because I don't want to go back to work and all these things? When actually, it's none of those things. She's mentally unwell, and it's going to take her a long time to get into the working world, but it's so much harder for people to understand that, because you see her walking down the street with dogs and sometimes she's smiling and living her daily life, and then people are like, you look fine. Why can't you work? But then they don't understand that there's a whole healing process going on inside that takes loads of time. And that's why, and the main reason for me coming home is like, my mum is always thinking about what's next and what to do and what situation. So one of the things that I value most is actually sitting down with her and just talking to her and supporting her and trying to maybe map out what direction she goes into after her recovery. And the main thing I say is, like, take time. Don't let other people's thoughts persuade your direction, and don't go back to the working world until you feel ready. So yeah, but to be honest with you, I'm still grateful that she has recovered so well and she's still here and smiling, and that, honestly, it just fills me with joy. And right now, I am about to go walk the dogs with her on the beach, which is one of the things I love to do most in this world. So I suppose I'll see you on the beach. Let me catch up. Wow, so we're here on West Kirby Beach and it's an amazing day. Oh, what a great timing. Harvey goes to the toilet just as I click the record button, but this beach is probably my most favourite beach. It's one of the main reasons why I love coming home so much, and obviously it's a chance to spend some good time with my mum and my dog. This is Harvey. He's a little white Welsh terrier. He's a little bit crazy. There's loads of footage of him kind of running around the park, going slightly mental. And obviously I'm with my mum, who I'm sure you all would have heard me speak about at some point, because she's amazing, aren't you?
Amazing, not.
Aren't you? The best thing about this beach is that it's literally, 2 minutes from our house? It's literally a 2-minute walk from our house. So we go out the door, walk down one street, and then we have this beautiful beach right on our doorstep. And the one thing that I really enjoy about these walks, spending time with my mum, spending time with my dogs, and just, you know, is taking time out. This is where you press the reset button. This is where you take stock of everything that you've done. And this is where you really reflect and think about the things that you want to do afterwards. So I try to come home as often as I can. It doesn't happen much, to be honest with you. When was the last time I was home?
August Bank Holiday.
August Bank Holiday, which was 2 or 3 months ago? About 7 weeks ago. So just thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into what it's kind of like for me when I come home and spend time with my family. Brilliant. And that is a wrap pretty much from me. It's been an amazing time at home, but I still have 1 day left. It's only Saturday today. So that's why I want to finish this video short, so then tomorrow I can just focus on spending time with the people I love the most. The next video will be out in a couple of days, and that is an interview with Andy McLean. So please subscribe if you want to see that, and let me know what you think of this video. I thought I would try a vlog format for a change rather than just do an interview. So if you like this and you want to see more of this, and please post that in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. But apart from that, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.